7 mysteries of the Bible proven by science. The Great Flood and geological evidence of massive inundations. Imagine an event so colossal that it devastated entire regions, reshaped landscapes, and left an indelible mark on the collective memory of civilizations worldwide. The biblical account of the Great Flood is just one of many global myths describing catastrophic floods. What's even more fascinating is that science is beginning to uncover evidence that these stories may have roots in real events. Sedimentary layers discovered in various parts of the world show signs of massive flooding that occurred thousands of years ago. In Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, evidence of catastrophic floods has been unearthed in ancient cities. Some researchers suggest that abrupt climate changes at the end of the last ice age may have caused glacial melting, raising sea levels and triggering global floods. Others propose localized events, such as the sudden inundation of the Black Sea, as a potential inspiration for the Genesis narrative. If such floods indeed happened, what other truths might be hidden within biblical accounts? And how do modern stories echo these ancient memories? But before we dive deeper, another ancient city holds even more intriguing secrets. Before continuing, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because in upcoming videos we'll explore even more mysteries you won't want to miss. From water that reshaped the world, we move to walls that inexplicably crumbled. 2. The fall of Jericho. Archaeology's role in confirming the event. Jericho, known as one of humanity's oldest cities, is the backdrop for one of the Bible's most astonishing stories. Its walls fell after a siege led by Joshua. For a long time, many dismissed this story as mere allegory, until science began shedding light on the mystery. In the 20th century, archaeologists uncovered the ruins of Jericho, and their analysis revealed something extraordinary. The city's walls did indeed collapse suddenly. Even more intriguing, evidence suggests that this destruction occurred around the same time as described in the biblical texts. Could there be a scientific explanation for this phenomenon? Some researchers point to earthquakes, which are common in the region, while others speculate whether prolonged sieges, combined with primitive warfare methods, could have caused such devastation. But here's the mystery. Not only did the walls collapse, but the remains of the city also indicate a sudden abandonment. What could have caused the inhabitants to leave so abruptly? And if archaeology can verify something so specific, what other historical events might still hold undiscovered truths? From a city whose walls fell, we journey to 2 cities consumed by fire and destruction in the blink of an eye: Sodom and Gomorrah. 3. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Meteor impacts in antiquity. Sodom and Gomorrah are often associated with divine punishment through destruction. But what if the real culprit wasn't supernatural, but rather a cosmic event of unimaginable proportions? Scientists studying the Jordan Valley, a region linked to the biblical cities, have uncovered startling evidence of a meteor impact that occurred roughly 3,600 years ago. Fragments of vitrified glass, which could only have formed under extreme heat, have been found in the area. This heat, equivalent to a nuclear explosion, would have reduced the cities to ashes instantly. Furthermore, surrounding soils exhibit shockwave patterns consistent with a meteor exploding as it entered the atmosphere. If this catastrophic event truly happened, could it be the origin of the biblical narrative? Or is the story of Sodom and Gomorrah simply a reminder of forces far beyond our control shaping human history? The answer remains unclear, but one thing is certain. The heavens played a pivotal role in this event. Transition. Speaking of messages from the heavens, a much more peaceful yet equally intriguing celestial event guided kings to the birth of a special child. Did you already know about these facts? Drop a comment and let's discuss. You're the Star of Bethlehem. Astronomical alignments and celestial phenomena. Few images are as powerful as that of a star guiding the wise men from the east to the birthplace of Jesus. But what exactly was the Star of Bethlehem? Was it merely a metaphor or something that truly shone in the skies at that time? Astronomers and historians have been investigating this mystery for decades, and some theories may surprise you. One of the most discussed hypotheses is that of a rare planetary alignment. In 7 BC, Jupiter and Saturn aligned 3 times in the constellation of Pisces, an event visible in the Middle East that could have been interpreted as a celestial sign of great importance. Another theory suggests that the star was actually a comet, perhaps the famous Halley's Comet, whose passage was recorded by Chinese astronomers around the time of Christ's birth. But what if the explanation is something even more extraordinary? Some researchers consider the possibility of a supernova, a stellar explosion that would have illuminated the skies for weeks. Whatever the truth may be, the mystery of the Star of Bethlehem connects us to a time when people look to the heavens for answers. But the skies, as we will see, don't just bring peaceful guides. Sometimes they open up devastating paths. And speaking of paths opened, let's explore an event that divided waters, literally. The Exodus and the dry passages, natural phenomena behind the Red Sea split. The crossing of the Red Sea is one of the most iconic narratives in the Bible. Imagine a people trapped, with Egyptian soldiers behind them and the vast sea ahead, when suddenly the waters part, allowing a miraculous escape. But what does science say about this? Could a natural phenomenon explain what many see as a divine act? Researchers have studied the environmental conditions of the region and discovered that extremely strong winds could have created what is known as a tidal bore effect. In 2010, an American study simulated how winds of 100 km/h could push the water, temporarily exposing the shallow seabed. This would allow for a crossing before the waters returned with full force. But it doesn't end there. Other theories point to the area of the Sea of Reeds, a location some describe as the possible route of the Exodus. If true, we are faced with an impressive combination of rare natural conditions. However, does this diminish the grandeur of the story or simply make it more fascinating? As the waters close behind the Israelites, another mountain of mysteries rises before us. Let's continue, but before we do, I noticed you haven't hit the like button yet. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and click the thumbs up. Prepare for a journey to Mount Sinai, where fire, thunder, and sacred laws shaped history. 6. The 10 Commandments and Mount Sinai. Volcanic and geographical studies. Mount Sinai, shrouded in smoke, lightning, and the sound of trumpets, is the setting for one of the most important passages in the Bible, the giving of the 10 Commandments. But what exactly happened in that mysterious place? Scientists and scholars suggest the possibility that Mount Sinai was, in fact, an active volcano at the time, with eruptions that could explain the described phenomena. Geological studies indicate that the Middle East region has a history of significant volcanic activity. The biblical description of thunder and smoke could very well be the account of an eyewitness to an eruption. Moreover, the sound of trumpets, often mentioned in the sacred text, could be interpreted as the rumble of the volcano before it exploded. But there's something even more fascinating. The exact location of Mount Sinai remains a mystery. Could it be Mount Horeb, as some traditions suggest, or is it located in a completely different region? And what else do these mountains hide? About our ancient history? From fire in the sky to the sky on earth, our next mystery leads us to a moment of pain and sacrifice, but also of hope. The next step in the journey is to understand the science behind the crucifixion of Jesus, an event that changed the world. 7. The Crucifixion of Jesus. Medical and geological discoveries about the event. The crucifixion of Jesus is the central point of the Christian faith and one of the most documented events in the Bible. But what can science reveal about what really happened on that day? Medical and geological studies have brought new perspectives, connecting the biblical account to physical phenomena and scientific explanations that make the event even more impressive. First, the description of Jesus' torment aligns with what modern science understands about the effects of crucifixion. Medical researchers have analyzed the accounts and discovered that the method used by the Romans caused extreme pain, slowly compromising the victim's lungs and heart. Mentions of sweat like drops of blood during the moment of prayer in Gethsemane, for example, can be explained by a rare medical condition called hematidrosis, which occurs during extreme stress. But the mysteries don't stop there. The account of an earthquake at the moment of Jesus' death is corroborated by geological studies. Research in sediment layers near the Dead Sea indicates that a large magnitude earthquake occurred around 33 AD, coinciding with the biblical timeline. These physical pieces of evidence offer a glimpse of how science can validate aspects of this event, but they also raise new questions. What do these celestial and earthly signs mean? Could they be connected to something greater than we can understand? If the crucifixion shook the earth, it also changed the course of humanity. But what other biblical mysteries are still hidden, waiting to be uncovered by science? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep receiving more amazing content like this.